Hello everyone. In this video, we're going to be talking about placement, basically how we're going to be piecing together the parts we worked on, namely the sand, the palm trees, and the rock. So if you did all of the previous part in the same scene, you can skip this video, but in case you did each element in its own file, this video is going to be for you. So once you open Blender, you can click anywhere. And then what we want to do is that first we want to remove these elements because we're not going to be needing them now for now. And then I will also enable my screencast keys. And now we are going to introduce the sand into our scene basically. So this is a new Blender file. So in order to introduce the sand, we're going to go to File, Append, and then we want to see where our file is located, basically, the files we worked on. For example, here for me, it's sans3, so I want to then click here, Append, and once I do that, I see this folder. I want to go to Object, and then select what's in the object, and Append. And that's how I can add the sand to my scene. Once I added the sand, now I want to add the palm tree, so I'm going to repeat the process again, File, then Append, and then I will navigate to where my palm is, my palm tree is, and it's here, this one, palms, that tree. I'm gonna go to Object, and then I'm gonna select everything here, Shift select everything, and then my palm tree will be added here. And one more thing to add would be the rock here, so Append, and I'm gonna look for my rock, and it's this one here. I'm gonna append it, Object, and then this cube here. So now that we have all our elements that we need in the scene, we can start basically and do the placement for this object. So for example, I'm going to scale a little bit this palm tree. I'm gonna shift right bracket and then alt duplicate to make a copy. And I want to rotate this around the z-axis a little bit and scale it down maybe a little bit lower so that it's placed in the sand. Same for this one. And then another one, shift right brackets, alt D to duplicate. And I will also want to rotate this around the z-axis and scale it down a little bit. R and Z. Scale it a bit. Same for the rock. I want to place it on the sand, maybe scale it down a little bit. Alt D to link duplicate it. R twice to rotate it with my mouse here. Not in a particular axis. I want to bring my palms trees a little bit more to the center of the scene. And then I want to keep duplicating the rocks and rotating on different axes that I can randomize a bit. And basically at this point, you can basically randomize, you can do your own placements. We can also do some pebbles, Alt D, make them really small so that they look like pebbles. Alt twice to rotate, Alt D to duplicate. and then make sure that they are placed on the sand so that they don't just hang in the air. So basically that's the basic idea. Then you can, depending on what you like, maybe have more palm trees and more rocks or less. But the basic ideas are this, mainly duplicating and rotating and scaling. So scale it a little bit and then rotate. So here I wanted to remind you that if you want the full course in where I go more in depth and I add more details regarding the modeling process, you can check out the link in the video description. And in the next video, we're going to look into how to apply materials and colors and lighting to these elements, and also how we can render them. So hope you enjoyed this video, hope you learned something useful, and see you in the next one.